What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Swisher coming back at you, man. And what's going down each time? Yep, it's that time again. It's that time again. You know what I'm talking about, baby? You know what I'm saying? Gotta sip right, man. Gotta drink your beverages and all that good jazz, right? I ain't gonna have none of this Coca-Cola none in there, you know what I'm talking about? But you gotta drink right, man. Gotta drink right. Texans fresh. Now, I know I've been gone for a minute. I've been, I've got a kid now, so I can't dedicate all my time to YouTube like I used to. It is what it is. But shout out to the round table. Shout out to those guys, man. They stay holding it down. They stay bringing you out the freshest content. You know what I'm saying, from Houston sports. Period. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we do. We're gonna keep bringing it to you. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, even though I have a son now, I'm gonna try my damnness to still produce at least a video a week, if not two. Given the situations. Now, what I want to talk about today is a few things actually that I want to see as far as training camp and when the pads come on. Well, they are, as of Saturday they was already on, but when these guys are basically in full contact. DJ Reader is the first guy who I'm looking forward to seeing because I want to see how he responds to coming off of an injury, playing the position that he plays. Now, with that being said, being a defensive tackle, whether in a 3-4 or 4-3 scheme, you gotta not only do you have to rely on your technique, but you're gonna have to, be physically able to, eat double teams or command double teams or possibly even split double teams at times, maybe. But let's be realistic. DJ Reed is a 350-pound man. I don't see him splitting many double teams. Dude's a big dude. But like I said, I want to see how he recovers and how he responds, in his recovery going forward, because I'm actually looking to see him have a breakout year. I know we mentioned guys like Watt, Watson, Clowney, Hopkins. I know we mentioned all those guys on a regular basis, and we're supposed to. But DJ Reader is that one guy that I'm looking forward to seeing, return and have a major impact on this Texas defense. The next thing I want to talk on is the yoga stretches that I seen these guys doing. Now stretching, you can take it for how you want, but stretching, it helps in so many ways, especially when you're a football player and you're an athlete and you have all these extra muscles, you know what I'm saying, that are having to work and move and bend in certain ways and whatnot. And now, when you start going to teams where they play outside and it's cold, those kind of soft tissue injuries, they tend to occur and things like that. And I feel like these stretches, will help as far as preventing injuries in that nature and in that regard. So it's definitely good to see everybody doing that, not just, the guys who were hurt. It's good to see everybody doing that, to prevent, because like I said, you never know who may go down, and in the game of football, you got to have that next man up mentality. Of course, you don't want players to go down, but it's a collision sport. It happens. Last one, well, not last, but next thing I want to talk about is our tight end situation. I like what I've been seeing from Jordan Thomas. Matter of fact, before I even get into that, I want to eat my crow as far as the BUCKY HODGES, even though I don't know how many times I gotta regurgitate and then motherfucking eat the crow again, but fuck it, I know, yeah, I'm not gonna let it go. So it is what it is. You laugh at life. It's 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 awesome. It's all fun and jest. So it's nothing personal, you guys. So like I said, it's all fun and funny. I'm, as you can see, I'm laughing with you guys as far as with that. You know, but now that we've gotten that out of the way, as far as Jordan Thomas goes, I like what he brings to the table. Being a 6'7" tight end, it can create a lot of mismatches. Whether you're at the goal line, which is preferably where I would like to see him use that. But like I said, with the way our offensive scheme and how the new scheme that we have yet to be seen, we don't know what kind of plays might get drawn up or how guys may get put in position to make plays. So I'm looking to see a lot from Jordan Thomas. I want to see him continue to build on what he's doing. Akins, I wasn't all too high on him when we got him. I did my homework on him, wasn't really all that impressed. And then to add on to that, he's 26. His rookie contract will be up when he's 30. You know what I'm saying? So y'all know how I feel about that. Ryan Griffin, I feel like he's only still here because of the plays that Watson made for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just call it for what it is. He was meh at best before Watson, and after Watson went down, so did he. You know what I'm saying? He went from being a kind of player to So that's currently where I stand with Ryan Griffin. Although like Tinny, shout out to Joseph Tinny, by the way. He brought up a good point as far as the round table goes. Round table. That's when they were streaming last night. He made up a good point that Ryan Griffin, he is serviceable as a blocker, and that's another reason why I believe that he's still around, because he brings that all around aspect. Run blocking, going out and making catches. He provides you that. So as far as the two inline tight ends, I said this on stream, and Wink reiterated on it a little later. Appreciated him for that. I can see us going with those two guys being our inline tight ends, being able to block at the line of scrimmage and also release, and catch passes and whatnot. Now, Steven Anderson is that wild card guy where you can line him up at the fullback, like I said in the comment section of the stream. You can line him up as a fullback and have him run routes from that position, to keep linebackers honest. Because one thing, if you follow the game of football and you just know football, the more guys you have running routes, that means there are more guys that have to cover them, and it's easier for the quarterback to see the field and see what's going on. Also, it also creates, even though a lot of Texas fans, given the fact that Watson just came off of a knee injury, we really don't want to have to see him taking off and doing a lot of running. It also helps create those kind of aspects too, but that's a good role that Steven Anderson could definitely play going forward, being that at H-back out of the backfield, from the fullback position and running routes. And like I said, you will still have Lamar Miller as your actual running back as an option. Like I said, you just got to be more creative when it comes down to that aspect. And the last thing that I want to touch on is our wide receivers. Now, again, shout out to the roundtable because they touched on most of it yesterday. But the one thing that I want to add to it, if Braxton Miller does stick around, you utilize him in ways where that he can be effective. I understand what Wink was saying, where I believe it was Wink or Timmy when they were saying you can't just you can't always come out in a wildcat because teams, they're smart, they key on to that, and they know where the leverage is, where the gaps in the defense could possibly be, and they're gonna align and adjust to make up and compensate for it. But what you can do in those type of formations is do what the Green Bay Packers did with I forget his name, but convert Braxton Miller from a wide receiver to a running back and have him catch screens out of the backfield. That's another dimension of the offense that you could use. That's another weapon that you could use. You know what I'm saying? Instead of limiting these guys, you use them as and I hate to have to, refer a player to as an asset, but utilize all your assets. You know what I'm saying? Utilize all your weapons. If one guy isn't making it, if we obviously know that Braxton Miller isn't gonna play quarterback anymore. We know that, so that's out of the question. He's still athletic. He can still make plays, catching the ball and running with the ball. Why not utilize that? It's not that hard to draw up screens for this man, and as far as having plays like what Kansas City did with their tight ends, where they was catching shovel passes and whatnot, I would like for them to venture off into that, but I want to see how our O-line holds up a little bit first before we jump into all that, those type of gadget plays and all that. But as far as those other two aspects, as far as catching balls out of the screen, pause. You know what I'm saying? I know, Honcho and Wink, they gave me a hard time about that and all that good jazz, but just want to make sure y'all heard the pause. Even though he's making plays, out of the backfield from catching screens and everything, that's a way that you could use Braxton Miller. But like I said, man, I'm coming up on 12 minutes, so I'm gonna actually wrap it up and I'm gonna head on out because I gotta meet my grandma. She's in the hospital, man. She had a lot of fluid buildup and she's gonna be all right, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just about to head up there and check on her. So if you guys can do me a favor, just send a little bit of support in her way, and it'll be greatly appreciated, you know what I'm saying? As for usual, man, like, sub, and holla at your boy, man. And also, shout out to Hector, man. I know you guys, well, I ain't gonna say you guys. If you guys haven't, man, start going to the Dynamo games, man. That it, myself included, I'm gonna definitely start trying to do it, so that I'm not gonna be hypocritical. I'm not gonna tell you guys to go do something and then I don't go do it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna definitely start, trying to branch off into the other areas of like that. As far as Astros games, I want to start going to that because I want to, broaden my knowledge as far as sports go. I don't want to just be able to talk football and basketball, you know what I'm saying, and not have input elsewhere. But y'all know how that goes, man. As for usual, I'll let your boy, and I'm out.